Please subscribe and click the notification bell to get updated.
Following a draw in their first bout, and then 2 losses by decision for Marquez. Now, back in Las Vegas, another bid to provide a definitive conclusion was at hand.
Yo me sentía fuerte, me sentía con agilidad, me sentía igual con velocidad.
Hard right hand by Marquez, and for the first time in 4 fights, Manny Pacquiao has been knocked out. Oh! And that's another knockdown.
He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up.
No, he's been knocked out.
One of the best trilogy fight in boxing, Manny Pacquiao vs Juan Manuel Marquez. But trilogy is not enough, they push it until the 4th fight. Before we expose Marquez controversies in their 4th fight, let's review how their rivalry happened. In May of 2004, the pair fought for the first time. The fight was decided by 3 judges with scores of 115-110, 110-115, and 113-113, resulting in a contentious split draw. Bert Clements was the judge who gave the score of 113-113, and he later admitted that he had made a mistake. Pacquiao would have won the first round by a split decision if Clements had scored 10-6. In March 2008, Pacquiao and Marquez fought again, this time in a close contest that ended in a split decision victory for the Filipino fighter. The fight was awarded 115-112 by Pacquiao, 114-113 by Pacquiao, and 115-112 by Marquez by the 3 judges. The rematch did not end the rivalry. In November 2011, the 2 fighters squared off for the 3rd time. Manny Pacquiao's hand was raised at the end of the fight for the 2nd time in a row. Pac-Man prevailed this time via majority decision with scores of 114-114, 115-113, and 116-112 in favor of the Filipino fighter. In their last 2 fights, Juan Manuel Marquez claims that he won in that fights. He couldn't move on. In their 4th fight, his mindset was to knock out Pacquiao. He hired Angel Hernandez, also known as Memo Heredia, the convicted PED dealer. Marquez, for the first time, stopped drinking his own urine in his training after he met his new conditioning coach, Memo Heredia. Who is Angel Hernandez? Victor Conte, also a convicted steroid dealer, exposed the real identity of Angel Hernandez.
Have you heard the name Memo Heredia?
No.
Memo is his nickname. It's actually Angel Heredia. In the Balco case, this is the guy. There were 2 people that were at the very top of the food chain. Angel was one of them. He was a discus thrower from Texas A&M, and he was the supplier for Trevor Graham and Marion Jones and Tim Montgomery and the Sprint Capital Group that was in Raleigh, North Carolina, that won a whole bunch of Olympic gold medals and so on.
Memo Heredia was banned in athletics, and so he transferred in boxing as sports conditioning coach with a fake name of Angel Hernandez. If Victor Conte did not reveal the identity of Memo Heredia, Marquez could win clean without any critics. When Pacquiao broke Marquez's nose and Marquez TKO'd him at the end of round 6, that's a supernatural stamina, strength and endurance happened right there.
With blood streaming out of both nostrils and his mouth, he scores a colossal right hand to knock Pacquiao cold.
An aging normal fighter could not handle that kind of punishment. Having a broken nose is hard to breathe. That 4th fight was the most exciting fight I watch in the Marquez vs Pacquiao rivalry. Everyone was so excited to see this fight, and they didn't disappoint the fans around the world. Both Pacquiao and Marquez were very familiar to each other in the ring. In round 1, they were just scaling and measuring their punches, but Pacquiao won this round.
So both guys are strong. So far, Marquez is missing more than he's hitting. Pacquiao is landing more clean shots. Boy, Manny looks really informed tonight, doesn't he? Up in the toes, bouncing in and out, back and forth, side to side. captured that jab in his gloves, dictating the flow early.
He's a natural counterpuncher, and that's what he does best.
In round 2, Marquez still throws less punches. It was obvious that he was timing Pacquiao. It's funny that he never blinks. He aimed to launch the solid counter punches to knock him out.
Straight left hand down the middle, the way you fight the right-handed guy. There was the left hook and then back upstairs by Marquez. They're into it through. So far, Marquez really hasn't done much. He was tagged pretty good by that.
Pacquiao still owned this round because he lands more solid punches than Marquez, and he throws more combination punches.
He's allowing Marquez to time him for that right hand.
But you know, you've heard Freddie say in previous fights, he does fight. Let's see if at any time does he trying to move a little bit to the right.
In round 3, Marquez get his timing to launch his powerful counter punch with a perfect angle. Just one right hook was enough to knock down Pacquiao. This knockout was just angered Pacquiao, and you can see it in his eyes.
He drops Pacquiao for the first time in 4 fights. Manny's knocked down by an overhand right hand. There's the power of Juan Manuel Marquez for the first time. Manny Pacquiao hits the canvas in the trilogy of fights now into the 4th fight. So Pacquiao did get knocked down. That's what Marquez wanted. We got us to fight this time, folks, as if we didn't the first 3 times. Look at these guys loading up shots. Here comes the bell.
Right on the right side of his face. Here it is again. Right over Manny's left hand. And Manny seems stunned, surprised.
Oh, he had everything wrong with that, didn't he?
In round 4, Pacquiao was cautious. He wants to take revenge and get a knockdown. Marquez punches was very powerful at this fight. We never seen this kind of power in their previous fights.
And he's a great counterpuncher, so he doesn't have to be as crisp as a normal fighter would be because he's such a great counterpuncher.
Marquez is a very intelligent fighter as well. Send Marquez to the canvas.
Nobody's winning this round, by the way. This is one of the real close rounds in the fight.
The 4th round was even, but in the 5th round, Pacquiao gets very bad and violent. Marquez got knocked down and suffered a broken nose. Marquez took a lot of punishment on this round, and he still survived.
That's the right hand go. Actually, his punch. Oh, that's going to be scored as a knockdown. There was a right left hook, but it was enough to get him off balance. So down goes Marquez. He'll take the standing 8 count. Not hurt at all. He was more off balance, but there was a left hook. So that negates what he did in a much more impressive way. Just a straight left hand. Back comes Marquez. That straight left hand by Manny caught him off balance, but look at Marquez battle back. Even though it was, straight right hand by Pacquiao. Marquez able to gobble that up. Here's Pacquiao trying to drop him again.
I think Marquez is hurt.
He may be. There's a shot. He is. He doesn't hang on. He fires back. Pacquiao is going to the finish right now. Marquez will have no part of it as he loads up shots himself. What a round of boxing this is. How about this, folks? Back and forth they go. Manny landing most of the shots. How about that round of boxing? Here comes the bell. It's all over.
And here's a replay of the knockdown. First, the jab, and then he sort of steps on his foot, but at the same time, he connects with that straight left hand, and then Marquez goes down. I think it was a little bit of a combination of the punch and also that he lost his balance. But after that, Pacquiao absolutely took over that round.
Marquez's face was a mess after the 5th round. Pacquiao got the advantages. He dominates the early minutes in the 6th round, but he got reckless seconds before the round ends. He suffered a devastating technical knockout in his entire career.
Incluso me pega aquí en el tabique y empieza la hemorragia.
¡Tu defensa, Juan!
The blood is gathering under his nose.
Left eye swollen.
Cuando hay una hemorragia en la nariz es muy escandalosa. No puede respirar, como que las fosas nasales se tapan.
Marquez is a freak of nature. I'm still amazed on how he able to survive, despite of bad injury he took in the middle of the fight. Many said that Marquez winning punch in the 6th was out of luck because he already suffered heavy beating.
Again to end the 6th round. And Manny went down. He hit him with a body shot. I don't know if he can get up from this.
Straight on the chin.
He got him on the chin. He's knocked out. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. Straight right hand right on the button. Whoa. Straight right hand knocked him out cold. Manny coming in and he walks right into it. Marquez had his body half twisted and Manny get caught right on the chin. Boom, right there.
With people who have been caught up in scandals involving PEDs, even before then, there's always that cloud of suspicion with a modern athlete who performs well and maybe differently as he gets to an advanced athletic age. There's always that suspicion.
This was the best performance of Juan Manuel Marquez in their rivalry fights. Angel Heredia was the key to his success. Marquez was near 40 years old, and he possessed an extra-natural strength, endurance and power late in his boxing career. Many critics believed that Marquez was doping or taking performance-enhancing drugs. Did Marquez got drug tested before the fight and had negative result? Was that mean he didn't use PED? Angel Heredia was a genius. He can easily fool the drug testing laboratory to end up negative. Memo Heredia once demonstrated on how to pass a drug test in a documentary. He succeeded to have negative result on one of his client who were taking performance-enhancing drugs or steroids. He even tagged the drug testing facilities as a trash after they got a negative test result.
Und dann kommt jemand und sagt, der muss gedopt sein. Und dann sagen sie, ihm glaubwürdig sein, das so viele Lücken hat.
Little they know is how you gonna have credibility in a testing system that has so many flaws.
The drug testing facilities in the US has so many flaws, but the physical evidence will speak all the truth. Marquez, after the fight of Pacquiao, he faced Mike Alvarado in the HBO 24/7 video, and in the weigh-in, Marquez developed lumps and acnes on his chest. This was an indication that he is doping. How sad that you can easily cheat in a boxing match. Marquez destroyed Alvarado after the Pacquiao fight. Alvarado got knocked down and his face was disfigured. I am a fan of Marquez and he is a great fighter. But after he hired a convicted steroid dealer in his team, I already lose my respect. He sold his dignity just to win. I am relying on evidence, and this is just my personal point of view. Marquez was guilty on using performance-enhancing drugs. For you, what do you think? Write your comment down below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.